I don't know how to give up. I just don't know how to give up. In any aspect of my life, you will see that I always fight until until forever for something to be successful. That I will do whatever needed again and again and again and again, and I will try and meet this person and this person, and I will never give up until something will be successful.
Today, we sit down with Alon Partuk, a dynamic entrepreneur who began his journey in product management before launching one of the most successful crowdfunding campaigns in the design category, raising $2.5 million for his e-commerce brand, Apricot. Alon's hands-on experience managing complex international operations and logistics pain inspired him to found Octup, a cutting-edge AI-driven platform transforming transparency and efficiency for 3PLs and brands in the logistics space. In this episode, Alon takes us through his evolution from building a global direct-to-consumer brand to pioneering impactful tech solutions for the supply chain industry. He shares the aha moment behind Octup, the challenges of shifting from physical products to scalable SaaS, and why resilience, mental health, and adaptability are crucial for entrepreneurial success. As always, if you found value from this content, please like and subscribe. And if you love this podcast, please leave a review at ratethispodcast.com/Beyond Fulfillment. All right, Alon Partuk, welcome to Beyond Fulfillment.
Hey Dave, thank you for having me.
Appreciate you being here.
Of course, excited.
Absolutely. All right, so let's get right into it, Alon. How did your early experience in product management spark your interest in AI-driven solutions for business?
Great question. So I think that I have a very unique background. I study in the university economic and business management, but I found myself working with a growing startup company. I joined the company when kind of on the operational side of business, but very fast moved to the R&D to manage different product and solutions. And basically, after kind of seeing the how it's like to build products and to kind of being behind the scene, moved to build my own businesses as an entrepreneur. And I always have the technology background and the kind of product kind of desire in a sense that give me the option to look on challenges in a more comprehensive way, like how we can better solve major challenges in the industry, etc. So I always kind of think about automation or to do things more efficient, both from a technical background, but also from kind of the side that was experienced the pain on myself as an entrepreneur and someone that did it and done that in a sense.
Okay. And so what was the aha moment that led you to believe that AI could really transform business efficiency in the way you've approached that with Octop?
So when I started Octop, basically it was after I experienced a lot of pain from my other business. I founded my own direct-to-consumer brand back in 2017, and I've been through everything this industry have to offer from a logistics standpoint. And one of the main challenges for me was the last mile area of the business. We were kind of managing 4 fulfillment centers from production in China and Bangladesh to distribution to more than 80 countries. And the last mile of the business was always a challenge. We didn't know, we didn't have the transparency as a brand to know what's going on, to catch the issues on time. And this is where the idea of Octop kind of coming to the word in a sense to solve these challenges from the 3PL perspective. And when we built Octop, it was clear for us that data is the key. The logistics side of the 3PL side and the last mile was growing a lot after COVID, together with the exploded of the e-commerce industry. but it caused a situation. There are many fragmented systems that not speak with each other, and some of them are legacy platforms. And it's creating a lot of challenges for both brand and 3PL to get visibility efficiently. So first, it was clear for us that we need to create data layer, data infrastructure that can consolidate all the data from all the different data sources, and later on to implement advanced technology that change the way 3PL and brand consuming data and conduct action. So the main kind of infrastructure and kind of robust job that we did was to make sure that we can connect to different data sources in the supply chain area and to make them talk to each other and to make them speak in the 3PL language and the brand language. And then on top of that, it allows us to put an AI agent that you can ask any question in real time about the operational side of the business, create any prediction in a second in a real time. And when did the AI come into our life in the last year or two, we already have the infrastructure to implement kind of this opportunity into the very robust data lake that we created.
Okay. So you have this e-commerce brand, which is Apricot, and you're selling this versatile coat, scaling rapidly. You're in 80 countries. You've got 4 fulfillment centers, doing business, all over the world, and you're having these challenges. So, and you realize you want to create this tech platform that'll solve these problems. But so when you have that epiphany, like what happens next as far as how do you go about creating that?
So it's a great question because it also was kind of a journey. In the beginning, Octop was built from two apricots, sorry, by myself, meaning that I started to build Octop for my brand and for the provider that I'm working with in a very kind of not scalable way. So I want to create visibility to my own business. So I sat every night when I back home, hours and hours creating codes and creating reports that will expose the anomalies, the issues, creating alerts, etc., etc. And when I started to talk about the solution that I created externally, I was finally get acknowledged from other providers in the market that the problem that I solve for myself is a huge problem in the industry. And people started to reach out and ask me to use the same technology that I created. I was invited to talk about Google and Facebook stages to share about how I solve this problem internally. And was kind of the point that I realized that I built something that is super valuable, that can change a complete industry in a sense. So I reach out kind of to a few people that I know with the idea and basically decided to raise money kind of to start the company. And this is where I transformed the idea from something that we build customizably to my brand to a scalable SaaS platform and much more robust solution. So we literally started with an idea that already implemented and was successful to something that can support other companies in scale.
In today's business environment, optimizing your efficiency is critical. Many entrepreneurs find themselves spending major time on important yet time-consuming business operations tasks. This can drain the bandwidth needed for higher level work, leading to missed opportunities and increased stress. Leverage Assistance offers a solution with access to highly qualified virtual assistants specializing in business operations. They ensure their team members are well trained in the latest AI software and tools, so their time is utilized at the right level on harder, higher ROI tasks. These professionals can support key areas such as project management, data analysis, process optimization, and more, allowing you to focus on core business growth priorities. Leverage Assistance has a rigorous 12-hour vetting process for all their assistants, which includes comprehensive reference checks in-depth interviews, skill set evaluations, and a culture index survey. Support can be provided within 24 hours, or they can source to very specific skill sets and experiences. For a limited time, Leverage Assistance is extending a free 1-month trial to our listeners, so you can experience firsthand the benefits of dedicated business operations support. To find out how Leverage Assistance can increase your operational effectiveness and to take advantage of this exclusive trial, click the link below. Okay, so when you originally started working on this, you were just trying to solve the challenges with your own business.
Exactly, 100%.
Okay, and then you do that, and you're starting to get recognition and praise from all these colleagues, and that's when you had the epiphany that, wow, this could really be a scalable business.
Exactly. I think that one of the most amazing moment was that I one day getting a phone call from a brand in Europe. It was a medium-sized brand, and he told me someone from Facebook that I work with told me about how you're managing your operation at your brand, and I want to check if you can help us to use the same solution. So I realized there is something big here that we are solving. But when we move up in the journey building the platform, we realize that our solution can help more to the 3PL themselves, and by the 3PL providing value to the brand. So basically, the brand side of the platform become an add-on to the 3PL solution that we are now offering. So if you remember, basically we have the internal platform that helping 3PL to be much more efficient, to create transparency, to be much more profitable. And on this basically a 3PL platform, we are allowed them to provide to their clients, to their brand, the external platform that create visibility and trust between the brand and the 3PL. So we have both sides of the equation, both the internal side that's solving main pain point to the 3PL itself and the 3PL team, and both the external side that working with the brand help them to get a fully operational platform from the 3PL himself.
Okay. So you set out and you've got this this tech solution now that you're setting out to scale, and you raise money. So how was this process different than scaling your e-commerce brand?
Completely different. Because when I started Apricot, we started from crowdfunding. So we did one of the biggest campaign ever been done in design category in Kickstarter and Indiegogo. We found ourselves after 1 month with $2.5 million in bank and 14,000 clients from more than 80 countries. So the business started before we had a business, where I needed to basically learn everything from scratch. I took myself to China, look for factories, look for fulfillment. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to do that. And I remember myself talking every night with different people just to understand even the basic terms of logistics, the basic terms of production. And our way to grow was completely different because we needed to meet demand, we needed to produce product, etc., etc. Different challenges. When you build technology company, the journey is a little bit different because when we started, you need to spend a lot of time to build the infrastructure of the business. So when the product will be ready, you will be able to scale. The investment of infrastructure and the patience that you need until the product out there to the market is can be frustrating for an entrepreneur that always used to sell product and to get the feedback very fast. Because when you sell item like a physical jacket for an end client, after a few days you can already get a picture of them traveling with your jacket, whatever. Here it was different. I need to to sit, to plan, to build a platform in a way that can be scalable. And one of the main challenges that we saw in the beginning was the same problem of fragmented system. We realized that there are many, many different applications, many different data sources, even unstructured data, even Excel sheet. that this industry is working on. And one of the main challenges that we need to deal with, how we can create this data infrastructure that can support in so many different data sources in scale. So we build advanced technology like an AI tool that can read any unstructured data. We have today more than 150 different integrations that we are supporting as out of the box. So when we launch the application, it's able us to grow and to grow fast. And today we have clients from small, medium 3PLs to mid-market to super enterprise that we can work with completely scalable. We don't care how big are you or how small are you. Seems like we are, not seems like, we are providing value across all industry. So I think that to build a technology company is very different from building an e-commerce brand. In both of them, you find yourself dealing with a lot of challenges. You need to be very resilient and to look at the end goal. Um, but I really like what I'm doing in a sense. I'm really excited about our growth and how we're helping our clients.
Okay. And it sounds like you went from one extreme to the other, where you got a huge amount of funding and clients, and like you said, you built the business before you even had a business, right? Through the crowdfunding versus
Yeah,
then you transition to this tech platform, this AI solution, where there's a huge investment and a huge amount of front end work to develop the solution before you can even begin to sell it. So how
correct.
how how much did that process test your resolve?
Well, it's a good question. I think as entrepreneur, you need to know how to adjust and to learn kind of very fast. And I think one of the main um, kind of character that I have is the ability um, to work in on one side to understand that this is a journey, this is a marathon that you need to to run in a certain rhythm and to understand it's going to take some time. But on the other side, to do the short cycles of learn, adjust, and to improve. So every day to be better than the day before. And if something is not going as planned, which sometimes you just need to change direction or to test different angles. And this is part of the journey in a sense. So we in Octop, we also had many things that we built and it was not successful. So we realized very fast that it's not providing the value that we wanted. So we took it out from the platform, even if we spent time and effort to build it, and it was a shame. And there is something that we quickly saw the needs and even launched in the same day, and boom, it was the kicker for clients to join and to get like an amazing value. So for me as an entrepreneur, it's always important, and I'm telling it to my team as well, to listen to your clients, to be very, very open to the feedback that you're getting, to work in a very short loop if you can, to adjust and to provide the best value that you can in a short time. And because we are a technology company, and again, we build this infrastructure before, it will allow us to move very fast and also to grow very fast in the market.
Okay. And a lot to unpack with that last answer too. So I love what you mentioned too about business being a marathon, because so often, right, you see entrepreneurs where they have a long, long road before they really, hit their stride and they have that success, right? And a lot of failures, a
Yes.
lot of effort that no one really sees or appreciates. So for someone that's done this and done it with a couple different companies, like how do you handle that long road and those challenges to where you have this grand ambition and you want that success, but it's taking a long time and you have to continue to persevere before you really
Yeah.
see that success come to fruition.
Wow, this is a very good question, and I think it's something that really touch in the bottom heart of every entrepreneur. I think that the basic thing for me that I really like what I'm doing. I really enjoy, although all challenges, every day of the journey. And I want to say completely honestly that it wasn't like that all of my journey. When I've been many challenges, and we don't have the time even to talk about all the challenges that I've been through. But just to give you an example, when I did the Kickstarter campaign, me and my partner back then literally did all the mistake in the book. It's like someone give us the book of mistake and we mark line by line. Okay, this was the scenario, and it's left us with a huge potential, but $1,000 in the bank. Think about it: $2.5 million, super profitable campaign that in the end left us with kind of zero resources, but huge, huge, huge potential. And I took a risk. I left my day-to-day job in a growing high-tech company that I have a very good salary and a clear way to a career, and took my computer to a small old office and started to bootstrap the business to be a multi-million-dollar operation. And I needed to get the first financing. I needed to get the first production, etc., etc. And it was hard. It was super hard. And I remember myself don't sleep at night. I was working in different time zones. I have a lot of pressure on myself as a solo entrepreneur. And I just remember going back at home, eating dinner, be with my wife few hours, and continue working until the long hours of the night, and just remove completely the sleep, because it's not make sense to sleep 1 hour and then to get to additional day. And I think that very fast, like after a few months, I realized that if I want to be successful as an entrepreneur, I need to do kind of a process with myself to disconnect Alon as a person to Alon as a business, meaning that you can do as much as you can as an entrepreneur to support the business, to keep running, to always be resilient to challenges. But Alon as a person is healthy, he has family, he's happy, and everything will be good, although there are challenges, and maybe the business will not be successful. But Alon as a person is fine, is healthy, and it took me some time to do this kind of split between myself and the business. But today, when I look in on myself, my mental health is super strong, and I sleep better at night because I know that I do whatever I can and I work super hard to bring my business to be huge, to be successful. And there are some things that are not depend on me and part of life, but I do whatever I can do. So I think that on the basic side of thing, it's not for everyone. And I always said it to a lot of friends that I have a dream, that I have a dream to build a business, to build a, it's not for everyone. It's a hard journey, and you need to have a very strong personality to know how to manage family life, to know how to manage business, and to do this long journey while you still enjoying the way. And there are some days that you wake up in the morning and you feel on top of the world because you have a big deal that you success, or you have a investor that give you a good deal that you wanted. And there are some days that you feel that this is it, this is the end, because the client give you a bad feedback or you lost the deal. And when you understand that this is the journey, one day you feel down, one day you're going to be up, but you need to make sure to continue and to be a consistent. This is where things started to make sense and to organize in a way that you can keep running. Think about it: when you start to run, you have kind of the first few minutes of the run when it's a little bit hard. When you adjust to the rhythm and your body kind of adjusted, and you can run 5, 10 kilometers. This is how I see kind of the entrepreneur life in a sense.
Okay. Wow. And love that. And especially too, right? I'm sure everyone could relate to those long nights and you feel like you have to do whatever you can to get the business going. And if it's not working, sometimes the instinct is to just grind harder and do it that way. But like you said, separating Alan, the person, from the business, and making sure that whatever happens with the business, that, you are focused on being happy and your mental health and your physical health and your family life, and making sure that all those things are going to be fine regardless. Did I say that right?
And yeah, 100%. And I want to add on top of that, there is something in my personality that it's related to a lot of stuff that I've been through in my life. I don't know how to give up. I just don't know how to give up. In any aspect of my life, you will see that I always fight until until forever for something to be successful. That I will do whatever needed again and again and again and again, and I will try and meet this person and this person, and I will never give up until something will be successful. When I'm focused on something, it's going to be very hard or very impossible to bring me to a place that I'm saying, I'm giving up, I can't do it anymore. And this is part of the thing that allow me to understand, okay, it's going to be a journey. I know that I will not going to give up. I know that I will keep continue. And every challenge that I will be facing as an entrepreneur, and I'm going to be facing a lot of challenges, I'm going to do whatever needed to overcome this challenge. Even if it's hard, even it seems like there is a dead end, there is always going to be a way out. And where do I understand this as an entrepreneur? Every issue become an opportunity. Sometimes it seems like, wow, this is the worst thing that can happen to me right now. But then you stop and you say, I've been so many challenges. It might be the one thing that you need right now to continue fast. So you go to sleep, you wake up in the morning, and you reorganize, and you continue, and you find a way to move on. And I believe that it's helped me a lot to build a great business and a great company, because you always understand there is a way out. You just need to be, consistent, to work organized, and to be resilient in the sense.
Love that. Okay. All right. And Alan, if people want to reach out, find more about Octup, how it can potentially help them, or get in touch with you for any other reason, what's the best way that people can reach out to you?
So I'm really active in the social media, LinkedIn. You can follow me to see kind of a lot of sharing a lot about my journey and Octop journey, and reach out to me in a personal message. And yeah, happy to talk with people from the industry and to share knowledge, etc. And of course, if you are a 3PL, reach out to see how we can help you to be even better and stronger, and to be much better business.
We'll link all that in the show notes for everyone. All right. Well, Alan,
Amazing.
thank you so much for being here today, sharing all this valuable wisdom and the lessons from your journey with our audience. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, Dave. We're great.
All right. We will see you next time.